Hello there, I'm taking apart another tray of jewelry, so I laid it all out for you. Then I'll pull it off and slowly take it apart. So I'll show it to you as I pull it off the tray. This was a piece that I thought would be worth a lot of money. It's very high quality, beautiful charms, and it was selling for almost nothing. And I thought for that price, I'm just going to keep it because all the chain, everything is heavy duty and nice. This is a piece I did have listed for years. If you could see this in person, the quality of this necklace was gorgeous. It was an express piece, but the chains, I got two of these beautiful closed chains that are the length of it, and then I got a bunch of this gorgeous curved chain. It's a total of 4 lengths, a giant curved chain, a smaller curved chain, and 2 of these gorgeous diamond chains, the closed chains. And then it's got a nice big lobster claw and all stainless steel findings. This was a beautiful piece that I tried to sell for probably 2 years. This is a piece that's just got some really neat kind of matte finished beads. It looks like it might be missing a strand or something. Really pretty beads. This one I've had for years. I don't know if I ever listed it, but the beads are gorgeous. They're a blue and white. You got some stars and moons. And it's for hanging a pair, it's a lanyard, so for hanging your, you know, ID or something on. But I'm going to take it apart. I like the silver beads. Everything's really nice. The glass white beads, so that's one I'll take apart. This one's just really pretty. It's got 3 nice charms on it. And just, I can even hang on to the bracelet if I want to make something else. But this one's especially pretty with the little green rhinestones in it. I've got this one with all the different different beads, and it's got a couple of, at least 2 rhinestone charms. And, 3. It looks like 3 of them. 3 of the rhinestone beads. And then I like the bead caps on these here. And then here's some chain with just some pretty thread beads that are covered in thread. Another one with all kinds of different beads on it. This one's an older piece that just has some neat charm. Well, they're just beads and some nice bead spacers. Just a really nice piece. This is an old Brighton piece that's multicolored chain, which is kind of weird. But it's got a lot of gorgeous charms on it. Some bracelets. And let's get started. So I'm going to take this one first. This one broke my heart. It was such a beautiful piece. I don't wear this kind of jewelry and it's very heavy. But I could not believe that it never sold. I really had this listed for, gosh, a couple years. And I just could not get any interest on it. So we're going to open it up. This will be an easy one to take apart because we're basically just taking all the chain. Let's see if this is soldered together or if I can get it to bend. Hold on. Grab it on this side, and I'll grab it on this side and just bend. Yeah, I can get it open. And then I just pull all the chains off. Then we go over to the other. This one's especially easy. We'll go over to the other side and we'll take and open. How weird. This side has a different setup. That's really interesting. Well, I'll open this little jump ring and see what we have when I'm done. Let's see if I can get to the bottom of this. It's very shiny. All the pieces for this one are high quality. But it's just not something I'll ever wear. I'd rather have all these gorgeous chains. And I might keep those 2 jump rings. Now let's see what we get once we take everything off. Okay, there's another jump ring here. I thought the 2 sides would be identical, but they were not. This one's harder to get in there. This is when you sometimes just have to cut it because getting in there and trying to get the 2 pliers into that little area is almost impossible. So as much as I hate to lose such a nice jump ring, I'm just gonna cut it. So let's see, we got this piece. Okay, they're still connected, by yet another jump ring. This one's kind of intricate. I thought it'd be just unhooking two. I'm going to put my hand over it so that that piece won't fly. Okay, so we got this long piece of beautiful curb chain. And this looks brand new. This was one of the things that was in my Goodwill boxes. And where's the end of this one? Wow, it's still all connected. Yeah. Okay, now this one I might be able to open because there's a lot of room here. So let's see if we can open this jump ring. It's a nice one. See if I can pull off. I think what I might do is pull off this one and then leave the jump ring on this big chain. So now we have this huge chain. Now on this side I can probably, yes, there's another jump ring. There's also this big giant jump ring. So there's the one I was looking for. Alright, but what I'm going to do on here is take this off and then leave this jump ring, so I'll have one on both ends of this giant chain. So when I want to use it to make something, it'll already have two nice jump rings on it that are stainless. So I'm just going to pull the chain, the curb chain off, and that's what you call this rhinestone chain. Now here's another one we got to open. This one had a lot more jump rings than I thought it would have. It's so shiny I can't see the opening where it's split. I thought this piece would be a lot quicker. There we go. And we'll just pull this off and pull this off. And I think I got two on there. So let's see. I'll hang this one just on the end of this finding here. And then I think I have another open one over here. Because I know I took another one off, where if we see if we can find it. But this was a express piece. I thought I had one more jump ring. I got these two big ones here. So I might even put those. Those might even be better to go on here. So maybe I'll do that because they're so big and bulky. I'll leave the little ones on there too. But I think I'm going to close these two big ones because this chain is so big. I think it'll need a bigger jump ring on each end. But I'll leave those little ones on there too, just because they're nice to have on there in case I need them for something. So here we go. So that took a little more time than I thought it would. 8 minutes it's taken me to show you everything and to do this piece. Hold on. Wow. But this piece alone is absolutely gorgeous. It's fighting me. Okay. See if we can get this shut back up. It is a hefty jump ring. Alright. There. So I have this one giant chain that's absolutely huge and thick, and boy, this is heavy. Then I have this lighter chain that I think I'll move those smaller jump rings onto here. And they're all really long chains. Then I have two long pieces of closed chain, which you can use for all kinds of neat craft purposes. I buy this by the spool, and this is like buying a spool to get this much. So that's great. And then on top of it, I have this really nice finding, which I may just go ahead and put on this and make it into an actual necklace. I don't know, I haven't decided. But that's the first piece. Now let's take something simpler apart. Well, these are the simplest things you can do. I mean, when you have these bracelets, you just cut them like that. And then you got some nice, especially when somebody uses the same bead for the whole necklace. And these are a very nice bead. I don't know what they are, if they're stone, ceramic, or clay, but they're nice quality. Then this is like the lava rock type, and it has a little bitty elephant on it. And they only put a tiny piece of elastic on that one. Usually, if it's not a big thick piece, it's several little pieces. But on this one, they did not. So normally they'll put several pieces of elastic. So in just those 2 pieces, or 3 pieces, I got quite a few beads. Now let's see if this is actually wire. We're going to cut it with the, and you can see why I couldn't sell that one. It's loose. I don't know if a pearl broke or what happened, and it's very possible. But this one, we got some beautiful, beautiful red spacers, which are great to have. And then some pearls, which the pearls I'm going to put in the donate pile because I have so many pearls that I don't need more pearls. So those will donate because those are just kind of no big deal. Now, this one here, clearly this is another no-brainer. Now, it does have a nice little toggle clasp. It's this one's actually fish line, so I can cut that with scissors. I always go in behind the first bead, and let's see, this one's going to be 2 pieces because we have of the toggle on one side. So we're going to take the first side off, and then we'll go ahead and cut. We're going to have to cut in front here, and then I'll have to cut here, and then just let everything slide off. And then the way I'll do the toggles, oh, they've got that crimped on good. So that's a crimp bead. When I talk about crimp beads, they're literally a little bead that's a round tube that you just flatten. And it holds everything onto the cord. So this is now separated, so that's cool. I can throw away all this. There we go. Throw away all this wire from the, oh, now there's a nice piece of finding there. I will hang on to that jump ring, so I'll just cut that there. And then I've got this jump ring. And then we got all these beads. And we've not only got that, we've also got the hook, which again, I'll be able to cut there. This we can reuse, see? So we have that finding and the toggle off of that piece. And then look at all these beads. We've got some hearts. We got 4 hearts, 5 hearts. Those are glass in a blue and white pattern. And then all these different blue and white, and then these metal ones are nice, heavy quality. So that gives me a nice selection. Now, this one I really liked because I like the bead caps on these beads. Now this one, I'll show you how to take one off, and then I'm going to do the rest off camera because it will take some time to do this piece. But basically, I'm not going to keep them beaded together. I'm just going to take and clip them right on the end there, which will take everything off that bead. And so I can get those 2 bead caps that are so pretty. Let me see if I can show you those. They're just a beautiful bead cap. And then a bead. They're faded. You can see how they're darker on the ends, faded. So I don't know if I'll keep any of the beads, but I'll just go through and just cut them all off like this and save all the bead caps. And then I'll hang on to the beads for now and decide if I'm going to use them or not. So I'll go through that. Let me take one of these off to show you too. Let's see. And then this is one of the little rhinestone beads. A little bit smashed, but it's easy to fix. So I'll do that whole piece. We'll do one blue one to show you, but the blues don't have the bead. Oh, this one does. There's one blue one with a bead cap on it. And so, same thing. Where the bead cap was, it's protected. The rest of the bead is kind of lightened up. So these are pretty old. So I'll finish taking that apart off camera, but I just wanted to show you how I do it. Now this one's got a lot of really interesting pieces. Now this is all just string. So what we got to find out is, are they glued in, because I've had this happen on a couple, or are they, oh, they're just strung. So I can get some really neat beads off of this one just by clipping. This one had the bead caps on both sides. Put them right here. Beautiful bead. Here's a beaded bead. These are some of my favorite type of pieces to take apart because you've got, look at that, gorgeous. They're just plastic, but I'll use them in my beadwork. This is another one that has like string around it. Here's another weird one. Hold on. This one looks like a chunk of something. It's an interesting piece. Then we got these flowers that are really cool. We got several of these that are like a rose. And then there's some little discs that are all together. I cut that and those little discs will come off. There's more bead caps. And then here's one that's really cool. This is like a knit. It feels like a sweater and it's squishy. That one's kind of cool. You know, hopefully I can get a bead. I can get a bead pin probably through that pretty easy. So I'll finish taking that apart off camera too, but pretty straightforward. You just cut the pieces. Now this one is going to be a little harder because, not really though. It's not hard. It just takes a minute longer. Now all you do when you have one of these is, first I got to get it untangled. I don't know how I meant. Well, we'll just do this. This will take care of that. I'm going to hook it for one. Pull it through the necklace. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. That's how quickly things get tangled. Now on something like this, all you have to do is open up this jump ring. Again, you got to find the opening on the jump ring. Find the split in it where it was closed. I think that's it right there. And take your two pliers, take one on one side and then one on this side and open it up, slide this off, and then look, everything just comes right off. And if you want to hang on to everything, keep this as a necklace, which I will, then you simply put the jump ring back on the end like that. And I want to start making a lot of my own pendants out of Fimo clay. Once David gets his studio set up, we want to make some leaded glass, or copper foil, I should say, type necklaces. But on this one, I got more of these gorgeous spacers, which I got a similar bunch off another necklace. And these are just really heavy duty and quite pretty. There's 4 of them. And you can just see the quality of those. They're just gorgeous. And then I got these great big metal. They might be plastic coated metal, but they're nice quality. And I get a couple little ones. And then I like all these little decorative spacers. So a lot of stuff with just one opening of a jump ring. So, and then these two will be similar. So I'll just, well, actually this one here, they're just clipped on. So this one will be, oh, I just dropped something on the floor. This one will be quite easy. I'm just going to open each bead and I'll leave these on their pins. And they'll just be little charms. So I just take one off at a time on that one. This one is more of a chained thing. So like I'm going to probably keep some of this together, just taking some of it apart. But it's weird how they did gold and then silver. I'm not a big fan of that. But what I'll do is on a lot of these little charms, I'll open it up. Let's see which side. And I'll just take the chain off and leave the two together, because I can use those as a charm. I can add something on the bottom. When you're really lucky, they'll match. Like here. See the same, well, it's, yeah, the same one again. So I can take these two, open them up, and one of these loops will go onto the earring finding, and then the other one I can hang a bead off of. I'm not going to do this one, but like, didn't I just take one of those off? Oh, that must have been what I dropped. Okay, I'll just show you by taking this off. It'll come off. Hold on. This is not what I'll do because it doesn't match, but I just want to show you what you can do if you have other beads that are charms. Then you can just hook something on the bottom like that. I've got lots of beaded charms like this that I can use, or you can just make a brand new beaded charm. So I will do the same thing on this necklace, is I will take all the little crystal pieces, because like this is a bigger one that I like. Now some of them are not matched, like those don't match, but that's okay. I'll take each one of these off camera and then put them all aside. And this one is just, you're going to just take the tool and open. I open it pretty wide to get this off. And because they're charms and I like these nice stainless steel jump rings. Oops. I'll immediately close them back up. So that way it has its, now that one got twisted a little bit. I can fix it though. But that one will keep its jump ring. And I'll do that on this one. I guess they're not quite perfect. They're more of an oval looking than a round. So that wasn't my, I thought I did that, but I guess not. Anyway, so I'll do that on all the charms on this one. And then this one's the same way. I'm just going to go on here and I'm just going to take each of these, open. Whoop. You got a heavy necklace, it tends to pull it. So you got to work kind of quickly here. And you might drop it a couple times while you're trying to do it. And you just take the chain off. And if you want to keep this together, you can. Although it really doesn't go. If you look at it, the jump ring matches the actual necklace. But it doesn't matter. So you take off the charms. And look at this one here is really pretty. Let me show you this. Yeah, I won't leave the jump rings on the charms because this is another one where they matched up a gold with a silver, which is it's very hard to hold on to it when it gets this heavy. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I won't leave the jump ring on it because it doesn't really match. On the necklace it looks fine, but off the necklace it looks dumb. But see, I can take two of these and make earrings out of them. They're absolutely stunning, and the quality and the weight. Same with these. This would be beautiful earrings. And I could put them on a head pin or loop pin and then put some kind of bead above it, you know. So I will be doing a lot of that. So that's another one I can take apart off camera. And then this one's another real easy one. All I'm going to do on this one is what I did on those other ones. I'm just going to pick a spot. This is all string. And you just go right, see if you can catch this. Just go right across. Like that. And then this will be really easy. You're just going to let it all come off your strings. Probably the most time-consuming part, and then I'll have this nice, I don't know if I have both halves of this. I don't think so. I think the other half of this is missing. Yeah, it doesn't have the other, oh, here it is. It was there. So I have that nice thing if I'm gonna do something with more than one strand. It probably takes more to sort it all out than take it apart, because once this is all taken apart, I gotta sort it all out and put it away. But on this one, I got some nice little metal beads that are an antique silver color, and then these beads in a bunch of different sizes, which are really pretty. So most of this tray I'll be keeping. There won't be much I'll donate on this tray. This is a good tray. Some stuff I donate, there's some trays where, like, I'll donate the pearls because all I really wanted were those spacers. And so the thrift store that I'm donating my jewelry to told me they want junk jewelry too. So I'll bag these up, and I've got a little paper bag here on the side that I am, if you can see it, right here, that I'm putting the stuff I'm donating into little bags and then putting it in there to give them. So that's those pieces. I'm going to finish taking them apart and put them away. But I mean, just the quality of all of these pieces is just amazing. This chain is gorgeous. I can reuse that. And what I'll probably do is put all the jump rings back on the chain as I take off the charms, because in that way, whatever I want to hang on here, I got matching jump rings because they match the chain perfectly. So this one I'll put back on there. I can even put them all on a link, which is what I might do, just to keep them all together on one link so that I have them. Then when I want to make something, I've got those jump rings on there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a longer video, but it was a lot of really nice quality items. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back. Bye.